So welcome back, everybody, to the Unlimited Sports Inc. podcast. I got to talk about this Cavs trade that just happened. Uh, it's really confusing to the fans. It's like you have you have to look into detail, and I will want answers from Kobe Altman, the GM of the Cavs, my damn self, being a longtime Cavs fan. What the hell are you really doing? Like I'm confused. I'm completely confused. Let's set the table. So the Cavs make a trade today for Lowry marketing. It was a three-team trade between the Cavs, the Bulls, and the Blazers. They they trade Larry Nance Jr., a local kid, okay, a local guy, veteran presence for the team, does a little bit of everything, and his shooting range is extended. They trade him to the Blazers. The Bulls get Derrick Jones Jr., a protected first round pick, and a second round pick. And the Cavs get Lowry Markkinen, and it was a sign and trade deal. So he's extended for 4 years, 67 million, right? That doesn't make any sense. Your front court is clogged. You have a number three pick who you say you're going to play at power forward, even though he looks more like a natural center. Let's be real. He looks more like a natural center who's offensively skilled, kind of like a throwback power forward. We're hoping that the shot continues to develop because you can see the three-point stroke, but it doesn't mean it's a for sure thing. He was your third overall pick. You want to give him as many opportunities to succeed and develop. You have Kevin Love making 30 million this season and next season if you still have him, which would be remedial. You have Jared Allen, who just signed a 5-year, $100 million contract. That's 68 million invested in your front court this season alone, with Colin Sexton still needing a contract extension. Darius Garland's going to need a contract extension in a couple seasons. Isaac Okoro is up for a contract extension within a couple seasons. What are we really doing here? If you already can't move Kevin Love, that's telling me that within the next year or two, most likely the trade chip is going to be Jared Allen. That's just what that tells me. 20 million, that's not that bad for a guy that's a walking, talking double-double, a defensive anchor, and you're expecting him to continue to grow from that. But you're not giving Evan Mobley the right opportunity to develop. I'm not saying it's very similar, but I see the similarities next to how they did Anthony Bennett in his development. Everybody wants to talk about Anthony Bennett, but look at the situation that he came into. It was turmoil. I saw the games where that kid played good, and Mike Brown would yank him, or he'll take him right out of the rotation. It didn't make any sense. You set the kid up to fail. Yeah, the Cavs organization got to take their responsibility for making that kid a so-called bust, or not giving him the opportunities to succeed, or developing his skills, right? Look at what they're doing to Evan Mobley now. If you were going to trade Larry Nance for anybody, or you were going to trade one of your veteran players for anybody, you think it would be for scoring wings, 3-and-D wings. We need shooters at the shooting guard and at the small forward positions. We still have not attended to that need. And then you go out and give a power forward, a stretch big at that, mostly an offensive weapon, 4 years, 67 million, before you even extend Colin Sexton, the heart and soul of the team. Everybody hates on this kid who does nothing but prove he's the best player on our roster and wants to win more than anybody else. How else would you expect him to perform if he doesn't have any talent around him? Of course, his assist numbers aren't going to be 5 and up. He doesn't have any shooters around him. It's not that hard to comprehend, people. It's not that hard. Majority of Garland and Sexton's assists comes from the bigs up front. That's where the talent is at. When it comes to wings, we have zero consistent shooting wing players. That's where our hindrance comes from. That's where our shortcomings come from. Talking about the Cavs. It's not that hard to comprehend. I don't understand. It's a very questionable move. It makes zero sense. You would think they would have included Kevin Love in the deal, sending him back home to Portland. Back home to the Oregon State, back home to Portland, let him compete, all of that, yada, yada. And you get him off the books. But instead, you give up a hometown kid who's produced, who played a pivotal role for that second unit off the bench and spot starting whenever somebody got injured. It makes zero sense to me. I'm just going to say it straight up. It makes no sense. Yes, this kid is 24, 7 feet tall. Yes, he can shoot it, but he leaves a lot to be desired on defense. Yes, we have Mobley and Allen, but that hinders Mobley's development now. I hope the fans understand that. A move like this could potentially hinder Evan Mobley from developing into the type of player that he is supposed to here. So don't call him a bust when he wasn't given the legit opportunities to develop and he's a third overall pick. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Look at what we did. Yeah, you got to compete for your position. Of course. But look at what we did. What is that? That would leave so many questions like, who's starting now? Are you going to bring your third pick off of the bench for this whole first season or just to start? Or what are we doing? What are we doing here? You say he's a cornerstone piece, but you're bringing him off of the bench. Now, looking back at these lottery picks now, it's a lot of questionable things going on, man. Garland, he's looking like more of a success now with the 5th pick. Sexton is, of course, a success story with the 8th pick that we got from Boston. Isaac Okoro, a wing defender first, whose offense we're waiting to develop. He can slash, but he cannot shoot it consistently. That's a fact. With the 5th overall pick, wing defender first, the jury is still out on that. You need scoring from your wings. You need at least 3 and D from him. You need a Michael Bridges at least. Defend, and he's going to knock down the shot for you. Isaac Okoro can't do that. All he can do is slash. No playmaking ability. Turnover prone in that light. 40% from the field, under 30% from 3. And we're still waiting to see development on that. The jury is still out on that move. You guys know how I feel about that one. And you go 3rd pick with Evan Mobley, where everybody feels like that was a surefire pick, this, that, and the 3rd. Me personally, the only other considerations for that pick to me was Jonathan Kuminga, and that would have been a reach, but look at how he plays. I think is more upside there and better shooting ability than Isaac Okoro. But hey, we'll see how that develops. Scotty Barnes. He was more of a mystery pick, but Scotty Barnes has game. He is arguably the 3rd best offensive repertoire out of those lottery picks that's in the top 5. He's a gamer. That kid affects offense and defense. They're saying he's a Draymond Green type. I'm seeing a higher ceiling than that. If you're going to give the same Kawhi-like young out of college Kawhi-like comparisons to guys like Patrick Williams, who's on the Bulls, I see that same type of potential in Scotty Barnes, who's even bigger at 6'9", 230, affects both sides of the court, and is just a flat-out winner. Great personality to have on the team. The jury is still out on it. Evan Mobley has a very nice game, very nice inside out game. His outside shot is still developing. You can see it, but he can definitely hit some shots. I do see the shades of the Chris Bosh, the young KG offensive game in the mid range and shooting stroke, the turnaround game. You see it. You see that. The young college version of AD's offensive type of game coming into the league and how it developed in progress. You see the potential. But how many opportunities is he really getting to succeed when you make a move like this and you still have $30 million just sitting on the bench in K Love, who's robbed the Cavs over the past 3 years now? Robbed them of $30 million for the past 2 seasons, and this is going on the third. I don't know what we're doing. But if I had to predict a move, it doesn't look like they're going to move K Love. They should have been bought him out. I don't know what the hell they're waiting on, but we'll see. I don't think they're going to move K Love. They're either the buyout. I thought it would have happened by now. That's why I don't think anything is going to happen. They're just going to let the contract run out. Nobody wants him. I think Jared Allen is going to end up being the trade piece because he's already under contract at a good number. So contending teams might want him year 2 down the road. But it makes zero sense to re-sign him like that and not have a plan in place, and then you go out and get another guy and shell out 4 years, $67 million to him. You guys still got to pay your backcourt and your number 5 pick that you have on the wing. We gotta do something. We got to do something with this front office because it's been a travesty to the fans, a complete slap in the face when it comes to staying competitive. It's been 3 years of nonstop questionable, up and down, just horrible decisions. Constant overturn with the coaching staff, constant turmoil, dysfunction. We haven't even developed any team chemistry. We have no identity. Think about it. We have 4 lottery players, a few veterans, and no team identity. Not defensive, defensive first, running gun, perimeter oriented. No, we have no identity. The only thing we do on offense is pick and roll, pick and pop. We have no shooters at the small forward position, so in those corners, there's no shooting. I'm confused, man. I'm really confused. I don't get this move at all. So for that $68 million that's sitting in the front court, and then add on Evan Mobley's contract, you might as well say about 75 to 80 million now in total. About 75 million in the front court. Who are you going to move now? We already didn't have cap space. Who are we going to move? If you move Jared Allen before you get rid of Kevin Love, that would seal the deal for me. You would have to get rid of Kobe Altman. You would have to. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. It just looks like he's lost. We need somebody that knows how to construct a team. Because constantly thinking you're going to swing for the fences and build a team through the draft with no team identity, no culture, no set belief system within the coaching staff, no player development, we will stay in this pit of well below mediocrity. And it's sad. It's really sad. It makes it look really bad from the outside looking in. So that's my take on that trade. I think Portland got a good one in my guy, Larry Nance Jr. from locally around here, went to Revere High School just outside of, I want to say, Akron. So he's local. His dad played for the Cavs, as the Cavs fans and many other historical NBA fans know. We loved him. We loved him. He even ran a promotion thing last season where he wore a lot of local businesses, gear, hoodies, T-shirts, hats. and he would shout them out and promote them during the pandemic and stuff like that. So he was a great dude, great dude, great presence, two-way player. He's developing his jump shot now, stretching out to the three. He does all the little things. He brings that presence of a young veteran, and he's 28 in his prime. It's gonna be felt. It's definitely that loss to the team is gonna be felt, and the fans loved him. Fans loved him not just because he was from local, because he fought, and every time he was out there, he played his ass off. I give it to him. So definitely going to be missed, Larry. Best of luck out there in Portland. You got a chance to compete and contend with the Blazers. You'll be back in the playoffs most likely. And for the Bulls to get Derrick Jones Jr. and picks, they got a well-constructed team. They're ready to make a run for that 4th or 5th seed in the East now. So Chicago fans should be getting excited. You guys have definitely sustained and had a very successful offseason. Get excited, Bulls fans. You guys are going to be competing, playing meaningful basketball going in towards the playoffs this upcoming season. So Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. Coming off the bench now, Kobe White, Larry Nance Jr. The list goes on. I mean, I give them their credit. That's how you build up a team. They went through their depths. They went through their lottery days, but they made the right moves when they needed to. That's how you build up a team. Shout out to them. So that was just my take on the trade. I had to talk about it. That was just a crazy, crazy move to me. I didn't see that coming. I thought they would go out and get a sniper or somebody of that nature for the wings. So I had to give my 2 cents on that move. I also wanted to shout out this Saturday is going to be, once again, the P League charity game. Ball is Life, East Coast and West Coast have been confirmed. They will be there at the game. Romeo Travis, a local legend, Akron guy, played with LeBron at St. Vincent St. Mary, played at Akron University and overseas, a straight winner, will be in the game. My guy, also another street baller, Hezzy God, will be at the game. Hey, it's going up for the city. I'm very excited. I can't wait to go, and I want to get as much footage as I can. I definitely want to donate a nice full backpack full of supplies. And, it's all about giving back, spreading the love, man. We got a lot of different businesses that's going to be there. They had a lot of sponsors. Shout out to the P League again, man. Nick P is doing his thing. His league is sponsored by Myles Garrett. And any of those videos you seen of Myles Garrett hooping, yeah, it was through those boys, man. He used to run with them. So he sponsors the league. He always comes through. So shout out to that guy, man. And it's going to be a lot of guys there. B-Dot, A-Dot. Yeah, B-Dot is going to be there at the game. B-Dot 5 will be there at the game. So I can't wait. I just want to see these guys in person, see if this dude is really that funny in person. And I want to get as much footage as possible. As much as possible. So you guys stay tapped in. Be on the lookout on YouTube for Ball is Life to see when they're in Cleveland, when they're in the Cleveland area. They're going to have a park takeover Sunday, August 29th as well. They'll be out in Olmsted Falls at the Greens. I definitely plan on trying to make it out there as well and getting you guys as much footage as possible. Like I said, the Ball is Life team will be there. Just some of the names: Slim Reaper, Austin Mills, Kenny Dobbs, White Iverson. Yeah. Duke Skywalker. Yeah. Clamp God, Tim Carter. They're all going to be there. So all my real hoopers in Cleveland, in the Cleveland area, come out. Show Ball is Life what we all about, man. Put on. You never know what opportunities, what networking opportunities might be there. So you want to go up against the best. You want to compete against the best. I need all my Cleveland hoopers to come out and show your best display of what you got. Let's show them what the city is all about. Let's be competitive, but I want to be all love in the best display possible of what Cleveland Hoopers are really about. All right. That's what I want to see. I'm excited for this weekend, man. Everybody, hey, come through. August 28th, the charity game is going to be from 4 to 7, I believe. And then August 29th, Sunday, Olmsted Falls at the Greens. If you guys want to look it up on Instagram, look up the.p.league at the.p.league, and they'll have all the details for you guys. The Sunday Park takeover will be from 3 to 6, they said. So I'm going to try to get as much footage as possible. I want to see these guys in person, see what they do, see how they turn up the city. I want to see what my Hoopers from here bring. So I can't wait, man. So you guys, I want you guys to have a good day. Stay locked in with Unlimited Sports Inc. podcast and the Vent podcast, Air It Out. Until next time, let's see what this season is going to be looking like. Let's see what this weekend with Baller's Life is about to be like. Peace.